We continue our knowledge sharing mission through a series of interviews with executive leaders from all over the world and are thrilled to have Sumit with us today.
Hi, I'm Sumit Ramchandani. I'm the Managing Director of the Asia Pacific region for Blueshift. It's a company that's headquartered in Singapore and it's a smart hub CDP platform.
Can you describe the role of a managing director in one word and why?
The one word is grow and expand, or actually these are two words, but kind of the same thing, right? It's really just growth. That's what describes the role of a managing director. What it takes to deliver growth, that's when the role expands into multiple areas, whether it's sales and BD to hiring clients and getting into the people management side of things to doing PR and being the advocate of the company. So there are many different nuances to it with a single objective of delivering growth.
What current challenges are managing directors facing right now? Can you identify a solution?
The biggest challenge is getting our word out there. Even if we have a differentiated proposition, it sometimes can be both a boon and a curse. But the biggest challenge, the number one challenge, is to get the word out there. And the number two challenge then is that even if it is a differentiated product, which means you would think that, okay, then at least the selling should be easier. It actually sometimes can be a bit harder because you're almost trying to educate the market on a new category in itself. So especially the whole smart hub CDP category where Blueshift plays a part is not as straightforward as buying just a legacy CDP or buying a traditional marketing automation tool. You're buying something that sort of combines those two together, and to educate on why such a platform is even more effective at driving growth for marketers. And number three challenge is just the talent pool and attracting the talent and getting them buy into the vision of where we are heading and why the platform is unique and the culture that the company provides for their well-being and growth. That's the number three challenge here for me.
How can you see your role evolving in the next 2 to 3 years?
Frankly, I don't have a crystal ball that I can gaze into and figure out where I'm going to be. All I know is that I like being on the edge of technology. I like what we are doing at Blueshift. I would want to remain in this marketing technology kind of a space, especially in the SaaS space that has that high velocity growth attached to it. So I see myself in this space somehow, at least on the edge of technology and in the SaaS area, perhaps handling bigger and different challenges. But it's something where I feel like I found a comfort zone. I want to continue to excel in it too.
What marketing business trends are you taking advantage of right now?
As hard as the last 2 years has been for all of us, for obvious reasons, it's also come with some advantages where the acceleration of digital platform, a lot of the B2B sales and BD that used to require that in-person visit, several meetings with the clients, travel, etc., has now moved on to a large extent to virtual. So whether it's right from introduction to closing the deals, are able to sort of use the virtual platforms to get things done. From having webinars or meetings, everything sort of now can be hosted with a lot less hassle of an offline or a lot less complexity that is needed in an offline event. So those are sort of the tailwinds that have worked in our favor and that kind of has eased the expansion and the growth for us. That being said, what I'm really enjoying now is the current time where things are starting to open up and now you can get the best of both the worlds. You can sort of capture in and really build deep relationships through the offline and in-person meetings. But yet a lot of the things that earlier required visits and travels can still be done remotely. So for me, that hybrid mode of offline, online, and including events are something that I feel like is helping us from a marketing standpoint.
What career advice would you like to share with other managing directors?
What has worked for me is about if there is one thing and only one thing that we want to be good at least what I want to be good at is relationship building and people management. I think that's the number one thing. And yes, the fact that as we move to a senior enough level, there is a tendency for us to take less and less risks, knowing we have a family to feed, which is understandable. Let's try to push ourselves and see that how we can start to take risks, because eventually we want to keep our lives interesting and exciting and we want to learn and grow. So sometimes we stop taking risks, we also stop growing. So let's figure out a way how we can find the balance of providing the security that our family needs, but also pushing the envelope when it comes to taking risks.
Well, with that, I think this brings us to a close. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I'm looking forward to the next catch up.
Likewise. Thanks, sir.